All right, am I recording? I think. Trying out a new software here. We're trying out Zoom because my previous software, ScreenFlow, was not working so well. So let's give this one a go. I'm gonna say the things I said again for the 12th time, and we'll see if this works here. So I want to share my screen with you, and I want it to be this one. All right. So let us take a look at our next assignment here. Um, our next assignment is the usability test and digital presentation assignment. You all just turned in your technical instructions. There will be a number of links, videos about technical instructions, or not technical instructions, usability testing, as well as digital presentations. I'm going to be doing a lecture on that as well. But I still want to go over some of these things here. Okay, so what are you required to do here? You need to conduct a usability test on 2 real users. Remember that a real user is someone who has never used the product or done the process, but someone who would. Okay, so you're going to pick, if you have the Yandex app, you're going to pick someone who's never used the Yandex app. If you tested me on how to use the Yandex app, I've used it 100 times, and so it would defeat the whole purpose, right? It wouldn't be helpful. The purpose of this process is to figure out how well your instructions work. Because when we create these instructions, we have this perception of who the audience is and what we think they will need or want or understand, but we may not fully understand that until they do this think aloud test. The think aloud test, you'll figure out what that is through our chapter and the links I'm going to provide, but essentially they just have to say everything out loud. So as they're reading through your instructions, they'll be like, okay, chapter or section 2 says, click on the red button to add my credit card information. I can't see the red button here. Let me look up here. Okay, can't see it there. Oh, I see it's down here. I'm going to click on that. And so as you hear them say these things, you're going to be taking notes on what things are working and what things are not working. You're also required to record the experience. Now, because we're online, you may need to pick certain group members to do a test with certain people. So you might say, all right, Jean in Almaty, you are going to test one real user in the city. And then, Dinara, you're going to test someone in Nur Sultan because that's where you live. Or maybe you guys want to test over Zoom. You can try out Zoom recording here, as I am, and you could do it over Zoom. So it's kind of up to you. If you all live in the same city and you all want to get together and do it together, you can. It's up to you on how you break it up. Just, break it up in a fair way. The whole process, the whole purpose of this is to figure out what's working and what's not working with your technical instructions, and then to revise them and turn them in again. I'm going to give you feedback on your technical instructions that you already turned in by Saturday. So don't turn it in until you get some feedback from me. But with my feedback, as well as the feedback from your 2 real users, you're going to revise that and turn it in again this weekend. So you have 2 assignments due, actually. You have the digital presentation as well as a revised technical instructions. Digital presentation will specifically be Google Slides presentation, no more than 10 slides. I'm going to create a video on how to do presentations, okay? Now, I like to do informed consent to keep everything ethical and clear, but it's difficult to get people to take a test, as you'll discover. A lot of people just don't want to. And I'm trying to make it as easy as possible. And with the whole online paradigm, I can't give you physical copies of informed consent. Some of you might not have printers. So what I want you to do is just verbal consent in the video you make. So before you start recording them, make sure it's okay that you're recording them. And then once you start recording them, again, confirm it verbally so that I can hear it. I'm going to watch everyone's videos. And so just at the start of the video, say, is it okay if I record you? For my team members and my professor, just in our class, no one else is going to see it, and just make sure that they verbally consent. Okay. And also, speaking of the testing, you are going to need to test someone during the weekdays, because the sooner the better, because then you have to use what you learn from that test, from the Think Aloud tests, to create a digital presentation. So you're not actually tested on the usability test. You're tested on the digital presentation. Your audience for the digital presentation is this guy, me. All right. You're going to create this based off of these main sections. If you want to know more details about those sections, check out. All right, this is where Zoom gets complicated. So I want to look at a different screen here. Screen sharing is paused. So we're going to go resume share. No, we're going to do new share. I'm learning things here. All right. So, there we go. So what this is chapter 18 of technical communication. If you want to know more details, you can see executive summaries on page 483. Methods, results, recommendations. Okay. New share. We're going back. Well, all right, worked. But to give you basics, executive summary is just a summary of the process, how it went, what was the whole process like of testing someone. Methodology is the methods. What did you do? So you're going to say, Aijan tested this guy in Almaty, and Inara tested someone over Zoom, and this is this is what we did. We recorded it. We took notes. It's the what you did. Okay, past tense. The results is what you discovered. Okay, so we discovered that that step 2 was confusing. You're not going to say what you need to do to change it yet. Okay, don't do that. Just what you discovered. So not the implications. So you'll say like, step 2 was a little bit confusing. Step 4 worked really well and it was clear, things like that. And then the recommendations is how you're going to now change your technical instructions, how you're going to revise them to make them better. So this is the implications, okay? I'm not going to go over every single detail here. It's up to you guys to read through this, but quickly, how to submit. So we're going to do the submission process similar to the one that we did on Monday night for your technical instructions, but I already have your group contract, so I don't need that again, okay? Work schedule form, we've switched to Clockify, so you're just going to continue to use Clockify in the way that you have been using it. If you've been using it correctly. If you're not on it right now, that's a big problem, okay? You must be on it in order for me to grade your assignments. The usability test worksheet you can find within the worksheets. Let's see. Okay, it's still sharing. All right. So you can actually find that within our other worksheets here. This is the main thing with the worksheet here, the usability test worksheet, is notes. That's the main thing that I want, is note taking. Now, if you're the only one doing the test because your group members are in different cities and you're recording it, you might not be able to take notes at that moment. Okay. And so what I want you to do then is watch the video and then take notes after. Okay. So I do want the video, both the video and the notes. Videos. All right. So if you're a group leader, I need those videos. Either upload them to YouTube. You can upload them as private videos on YouTube if you want, to where only the person with the link will see it, or just Google Drive. So up to you. Informed consent, as I mentioned, we're going to do that verbally in the video. And then you do need to do the evaluations again, like you did with technical instructions. The thing that isn't listed here, but it is listed on our page, I'm not sure why I don't have it listed there, is that you also need to send in the revised technical instructions worth 5% of your grade. The first time you turn it in, it's worth 10%. This time it's worth 5%, okay? So you'll see that, yeah, you have the usability test and digital presentation you have to turn in, but also you have your revision of the technical instructions, okay? So you'll turn that in there. You'll turn in the text-only version again here. This might look a little bit different, by the way, by the time I add all of the other resources here. Okay, so it may look a little bit different depending on what class you're in and how I change that. Okay, so let's see, is that it? All right, let's hope this video saves. I've been having a lot of problems with my other software. Yeah, all right, I think that's it. Pay attention to the other videos that I submit or that I upload, particularly the one on digital presentations, you're going to want to watch that just to kind of see how um, what I expect out of a digital presentation slide. A lot of types of writing that you do in university are something that you'll never do in real life, right? If you're writing a college essay, you might not ever do that. Learning how to create effective presentations is a really important skill for the rest of your life for most of you. Some of you might not do it. If you're an engineer, you'll definitely do it, okay, but also a lot of other people. You know, me too, okay, as a professor. All right, we don't need citations. Yeah, all right, thanks guys. Let's see how I stop this. There's stop sharing. All right, we'll see y'all later. Stop cloud recording.